indiscretions.
Which we know nothing about.
Right, because they were washed off. They tore up those manuscripts. Like,
I know we had a Man of Steel minute, but
yes.
Dude, what's up with the heavy-handed Jizo illusions in Man of Steel? Like, so heavy-handed.
We could talk about those more. I want to get in depth on some of that.
All right.
When we get to our Man of Steel segment. What's with all the sky dicks in Man of Steel?
What's up with that?
Hmm?
So the Traveler is able to get them back to where they are and disappears.
Yeah. Wesley helps him.
Yeah, Wesley helps him, and
he holds his hand or something.
And Kaczynski also gets the help. And by this point, he had been like shamed into like
humility.
Yeah, like he like a dog with like its tail tucked between his legs. And the Traveler's like, "Oh, you can punch in these numbers." And Kaczynski's like, "Oh, you want me to help you?" And Traveler's very very like warm, and he's like, "Yeah, for sure, dude.
Playing pretend is part of the process.
Yeah, let's do this, homie." And then that was a good episode. I liked it.
It's a very good episode.
And this week especially, just because. I knew you told me like on Tuesday.
Right.
Like, I've seen all the treks for this week, dude. I've seen them all, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Was I bragging like that?
Oh no,
was I in your face?
You're like, hey bro,
hey bro.
But no, I knew you were enjoying them a lot,
yeah.
and I'd seen this one. I was like, that one's really good. And after the next two, which were also very good, especially Justice, I liked a whole lot.
I like Justice a lot.
That's when I proposed to you that. We up
our
game to 4 episodes a week. This is a good week. That's what I'm trying to say.
We had a good week.
Next episode, Lonely Among Us. We got what are they like dogmen and lizard people?
Yes, the reptilian Soleil and the canine Antican.
They beef.
Yes, they are in the midst of beefing.
They are in the midst of a generations-long beef. And
they are the bread between which the beef sits.
And they are
it's a sandwich.
They've got they've got delegates from each on the Enterprise. They're taking
them to a planet called Parliament so they can negotiate a peace treaty.
Yeah. And Picard and his crew are taking them there. While they're doing that, they come across this strange cloud that essentially gets into the system, shocks Worf,
and gets into him. Classic Trek trope: energy being misunderstanding on the ship.
Yeah.
The crew can't figure out what's going on. It's a bottle episode.
So he's like knocked out. He's taken to sick bay. Crusher looks after him. It jumps from him to her. She wanders onto the bridge, asking Data technical questions and trying to look in the ship's data banks. Yeah, and he's like, "Why are you looking there?" And she says something like, "Eat a dick, eat a dick, eat a dick, Data." And he's like, "Eat a dick. I am fully functional." Oh, okay. so unscrews it and puts it in his mouth. Oh goodness, I can't drink my Pixar problem. No, I'm fine. Yeah, it says Data. He asked her like, "Why are you?" He asked like, "Why are you at one of the science stations and not one of the medical stations?" And like it leaves her, right? And then she's like, "What the hell am I doing here? Like, what's going on?" Right. And this whole time, like, there's like weird stuff going on between the dog people and the lizard men. Yes, they're upping the ante. Like they're in the background. Like I think like. Don't some of them die? Like, some of them are killed, right? Yes. I think at the end, like, it's a closing gag that one of them has killed the other. And Picard's like, I do need a day off, but we'll get there. But yeah, things are getting ugly on the bridge, but they're more concerned with this blue stuff. Yeah, so all the while we have, like, this subplot between these two, like, warring races. Right. It really is a subplot. Like, it's just kind of there. An engineer ends up dying, and assistant engineer Singh. And Picard's like, well, it's got to be one of these two beefing races, whatever. And Data starts to investigate. And Picard's like, he's like, oh, like a mystery, like, one worthy of Sherlock Holmes. And Data's like, query. He's like, I don't know who that is. Yeah. And Picard, I guess Riker tells him, and so Data goes full Sherlock Holmes, pipe and everything. Yep. And goes to solve it, which
I think it also will become a trope throughout the series.
I think
the Sherlock Holmes episodes with Data, like Data will get very interested in this character,
which I really like for some reason.
Why not, man? It's fun.
It is fun.
Playing dress up.
Yeah, robot playing dress up. That's what the genre is called.
So they're starting to figure out that something isn't quite right because
something's not kosher.
Because like neither Worf or Crusher can remember like what they were doing after they got shocked,
right?
And after once they came to, so Picard ends up getting possessed by the electric gas or whatever, the electric boogaloo.
Yes.
And
that's how it was referred to in the script.
And Crusher, like he starts acting erratically, and Crusher's like, you need to take a medical examination. And Picard's like, fuck you. No, I don't.
Yep.
So, what happened after that?
Picard orders the ship back to the Blue Cloud.
That's right.
And they try to stop him. And, well, no. He orders the ship back to the Blue Cloud, and the plot escalates a little more. But basically, he gives a monologue where he's part Picard and part the thing possessing him.
Yeah.
And explains that this blue lightning thing is a life form that they picked up by accident, and it didn't know where it was or what to do, and it was frightened, so it was jumping from person to person. And now it wants to get home, but to get home, Picard has to essentially beam himself out into space because this thing is bonded with him.
Yeah.
And so he's going to the transporter bay, and they try to stop him, and he Emperor Lightning's all.
He's like, no, this must be done. That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he gets beamed off.
Right.
And Troy, who's rocking crazy cleave.
Yeah.
Which I'm enjoying.
Yes. She's a very pretty lady.
She's yes. She's like, oh, he's not dead. I can feel him. And Data's able to
lock onto his essence
and rematerialize him and transport him back.
Which is interesting because when they transport him back, he doesn't have his memories pre-possession. So it's like they've reattached his essence, that spark, whatever makes him him, to a stored version of his genetic material that they've replicated using the transporter.
No, he
doesn't remember.
So I thought it was just from the point of possession.
Maybe it is. He doesn't remember things, right?
Otherwise, like, how could he still be captain of a spaceship if he doesn't remember?
No. He doesn't remember the possession.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
we
were talking about the same thing.
I thought you meant like
Uhorid. Like,
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, oh shit! Like I didn't get that at all. I must have missed that.
No, you didn't miss that.
But and then like you said at the end of the episode, they bring up how like the dog people are like eating like lizard stew.
Yes.
And they're like, and some lizard is missing.
Right.
And Picard looks at Riker and he's like, maybe you're right. Maybe I do need a couple days off. Now you're in charge. And that's how it ends.
It's a really weird joke to end on. Like that he takes the murder of a passenger lightly.
I mean, I like that dark shit, dude. I like it.
It's a weird. This was written by D.C. Fontana. But apparently, I read...
Double Cox Fantana.
That was, yeah. No, that was her name on the porn circuit. Now, apparently, she quit pretty early on. I forget which show. I was reading it in the notes on the Wikipedia, but apparently Roddenberry essentially rewrote the scripts for the first 15 episodes. And it was very restrictive what you were actually allowed to do because he... Again, wanted that very pure human thing, where you weren't allowed to show people being greedy or, lusting after power or things like that. And she quit over him rewriting this episode, I think. I think this might be the last one she wrote. She was like, fuck you, double Cox out.
DC out. That's interesting.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Roddenberry.
That's like, well, I don't know. That's weird. Roddenberry.
Like, up the racism in this one. Make the genocide a laughing matter in this one.
That one.
Yeah. Rock the cleave.
Rock that cleave, homegirl. Our last episode for this week will be Justice.
This is another really good one.
They go to how do you describe this planet?
Fuck planet.
Kind of.
Basically, it's a planet that hasn't achieved warp capability yet.
No.
But they've just finished establishing a colony on a nearby world. And they're all exhausted, so they want shore leave, and they've been scouting out nearby planets. And they found this planet, which is Rubicon 3.
Yeah.
And they send a crew down to check it out. And Riker and Troy Riker's already been down there?
Yeah, they had sent the crew down already by the time we get to the episode, and they're back.
Right. And Riker is A-OK.
Yeah, and so's Tasha.
Yeah.
She says they make love at the drop of a hat. Any hat. Which I was like...
there are a lot of different hats.
I was like, I don't know. Like, I get the idea behind it, but that doesn't make any sense.
It's a weird way to let the captain know.
Just they fuck a lot.
Yeah.
Sir.
So Picard, after hearing about planet fucks a lot, decides to send a child down with a away crew.
He's like, see what's up with the kids down there.
See if the kids like to fuck as much as the adults.
But everyone is in really good shape and really toned and wearing as little as possible.
Men and women, which is nice for once. It's not just the women who are in revealing clothing. The men are practically naked.
The dudes are ripped, and one of them hugs Tasha, and she just buries her face in his bosom. Right.
But Riker kind of does the same thing to the girl who
comes up.
He's got his hand in her hair and stuff. And he's like, it's good to see you again.
They're loving it. And And so, it's supposed to be paradise. There's no crime. Everyone is happy. Everyone's fit. Everyone's looking good. Everyone's toned.
Right.
Everyone's tight.
Right. It's like Capel.
And Wesley shows up and...
bunch of rich white people running around.
All right.
Where he steps on a fucking plant.
Like Trophy Club.
Trophy Club. Yeah, there you go. Trophy Club, Texas.
And so Wesley's also down there, and there's some teenagers show up. Some meddling kids.
Fucking kids.
They show up and they're like, "Hey, come with us!" And they run everywhere, which helps.
That's how they stay so ripped.
Yeah,
they do cardio all day, every day.
And so they figure out that the reason that there isn't any crime is because
every crime has the same punishment,
which is death.
Yeah,
which is
and it's weird the way they enforce it because there are random zones of the planet that are picked for specific times of day. Nobody knows which part of the planet it's going to be.
Yeah,
that they're monitoring for law breaking, and if you get caught breaking a law in that zone at that time,
you'll die. And so no one wants to risk that. So which doesn't make any sense at all because
you'd think that the odds would usually be in your favor.
Well, yeah, and also it's that's how the laws work now. It's
as long as you don't get caught.
Yeah, then you're fine.
Right.
But anyway,
whatever.
And so they learn this, and they're like, "Oh shit,
we got to find Wesley."
Yeah, now. Well, yeah, Riker's like, "Where's the boy?" And someone's like, "He ran off." And I'm like, "No, you dick! You told him to go fucking run off with go play with these kids.
Right?
That's what you said. You didn't just fucking." They said he wandered off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he didn't fucking wander off. You told him to do this. You're all assholes to this poor little boy.
This poor tortured genius.
And so, cut to them running around and playing. And one of the girls from the planet says something to him. She's like, "I want to play a game, just me and Wesley." And he says, "I don't think I know all the rules to every game just yet." Which pretty much means, I don't know how to fuck. Right. I haven't fucked yet.
I'm not saying I'm opposed to it. I just don't know how.
So, when it's bad,
and it will be.
Don't hold it against me.
Right. This is your fault for fucking a virgin.
I mean, so, don't spin it around oh, Wesley's a dead fish. Look, give me, a few lays under my belt, and I'll fucking rock your house. I'll fucking blow your mind.
Right. So if you want me to fuck a few of your friends first or something.
And then, work my way up to you.
Right. If you want to be the boss of this level of my sexual education.
I mean, but if you want to be a Goomba, that's all cool, too.
You don't have to be a King Koopa.
You want to be a King Koopa or you want to be a Goomba, baby? It's all up to you.
It's up to you.
What's up with this plant? I'm going to step on it. Is that a ball? And we'll catch it.
We forgot to mention at the end of Where No One Has Gone Before, Picard actually gives Wesley a rank. He's an acting ensign.
Yeah.
Which is
of youth relations or something like that.
But it's him actually encouraging Wesley.
Yeah.
So that's also Wesley is performing his duties by playing with these children and stepping on plants. And
yeah. But yeah, one of them throws him a ball, and he crashes through like this little like